Hey everybody. Hi future Diamond team. You guys, I am so excited to be here today. My name is Marianne Anderson and I am a new Diamond with Plexus as of yesterday. When did commissions close? Yesterday. So that's kind of exciting. But I absolutely adore Krista. And when she told me that she was going diamond, I was like, yes, yay, there's Krista. I adore this woman. I will never forget when I was a brand new ambassador and I read her story for the first time and I just cried. I'm like, wow, these products, I hadn't even really seen results yet. But I remember reading about how they had helped with anxiety and all of those things. And hey, and I was just overcome. And so Krista, you have been an inspiration to me personally over the past 2.5 years. I love your spirit. I love your heart. I love your enthusiasm. I love that you do a lot of hard things. And I know that you guys have had struggles with your family and your son, and you do it with so much grace. Grit and grace. That is my favorite new saying. Tim McGraw came out with a book labeled Grit and Grace. And I'm like, I am stealing that because I feel like that's what this is all about, right? And Krista, you are that example of grit and grace for me. This is your time. I am so excited for you. You guys are, and I know you know this, but you are insanely blessed to have this leader. And I am so excited for you guys. I am so excited for this month, having just gone through this with my team last month. I have all the feels being here, all the feels, because I know what's about to happen for you guys. And so if you're brand new, I'd love to know if anybody who's brand new, so you can just drop it in the comments, maybe like you joined last month or this month or whatnot. But hang on. If you've never been through a rank up before, it is one of the most exhilarating, powerful times ever. And, in all of this craziness that's happened, I love to see the human soul, the human spirit on fire. And nothing sets that on fire like a rank up. And this is not just about, Krista going diamond, although that's going to happen. This is about you guys, your team going diamond. We all know, right, that there's no way you can get to the top without taking a lot of people with you. And I am so excited to see all the rank ups that are going to happen, all the new silvers and super silvers and golds and emeralds and all the things, right, that are going to happen and be the culmination of this month. You know what I mean? And what's neat about this month, you guys, all the people are already in place. There are no accidents. This is happening, right? You guys all have a number. You all know what you're shooting for, whether it's silver or whether you're going for a jewel rank. It's happening because you guys have put in the work. Right? You didn't just wake up on May 1st and say, we're going to work for diamond. You guys have been working to be a diamond team, right? For a few months, right? For a few years, for your whole journey. This is the culmination of all of your hard work. And if you're brand new, there could never be a better time for you to start your business because the momentum that's about to happen and that's already happening is going to propel you farther than you ever dreamed possible. We had, and I just want to tell you this story, not so that you compare, don't go there, but so that you can see what's possible and the power of momentum. So last month, about probably maybe 10 days out from the end of the month, even really before we had been we're going diamond, right? This is happening, the countdown. We had a girl join our team. She is in full-time nursing school. She is a new mom and she works at the hospital 7 to 7, a lot, right? And she joined, and you guys, she went gold in 5 days. 5 days. She made over $1,500 And she has a whole backstory of what she's going to be doing with that money. And it brings me to tears. And I share that with you guys because yes, she's amazing. Right? Like she worked with her warm market and she worked with her sponsor and it was just so exciting. But part of it was because of the crazy, unexplainable momentum. I mean, unbelievable. So if you're brand new, if you just joined, that could be your story. Jump in. That could be her story. Her sponsor was projected 65 points the month before. Bud, you're going to have to ask Daddy for goggles. Okay?
Oh.
Daddy's got all the kids.
He's on the cold.
All right, go ask Sissy. This is real life. Her sponsor was projected. She'd kind of been stuck trying to re-rank gold. I don't know if anybody can relate to that. I got to plug my phone in. But she would kind of rank and then not rank and not rank for almost a year. She was projected in March, 65 points. We worked so hard to re-rank, right? In March. And then in April, y'all, she finished with 385 points. What was different? Well, first of all, I told her, I said, listen, I want you guys to do this because whether you're brand new or whether you've been at this gig for a while, I think this is super helpful, right? And I said, Emily, she wouldn't mind me telling you guys her name. I said, Emily, I want you to make a list of 5 things that help you in your business, help you feel powerful, help you feel successful, help you be on your game, right? 5 things that you do daily. 5. I want you to write them out. And then I want you to write out 5 things that you do that hurt your business, that keep you stuck. What are those? And she made her list. And then we blasted that list on her bathroom mirror, on her refrigerator, on her phone, what is that called? The phone part, the wallpaper, everywhere. And every day I said, Emily, did you do the things and did you not do the things? Did you do the things that you know are going to help you propel forward? And did you not do the things that are going to keep you stuck? And you guys, she went from 65 projected points to 385 points, right? Is that so inspiring? So I am here to tell you today that you have everything it takes for a breakthrough month, for a month that is bigger than you could ever imagine, you guys. I live and die by this. That when you put forth the effort, the results always come. And I want to ask you, what is your effort looking like right now? Because I don't know, those of y'all who have had a middle schooler can totally relate to this. I got a middle schooler, right? And I know how it goes, those middle schoolers that show up in class and they're like slouched in the desk. They're there, they showed up, but it's a hot mess. Right? It's a hot mess. They're not there to learn. They're not there to make A's. The mindset is off, right? Versus the student that shows up and pulls out her paper and pulls out her pen and she's like, at the front of the class, taking notes, ready to learn. And I think it can be a lot like that with our business. Sometimes we show up, but are we really all in it? Are we really like a sponge ready to learn? I will tell you guys that I might be a diamond, but I still listen every single day to YouTube videos and podcasts and read books to try and grow and to try and better myself. And one of the beautiful things that happens in a rank up month is that you do things you never thought were possible and you grow to a whole new place. You grow to a whole new belief level. Right? And we've all heard the saying that, you work like it all depends on you and you pray like it all depends on God. And it's that beautiful combination of the two, showing up, being all in. So I want to give you guys just some practical tips that I think are really going to help you. So if you're taking notes, write this down. And like I said, whether you're new or not, I really think this is going to help you. And this was crucial for us. Okay. My backstory is, if you guys have ever struggled with duplication, when I started 2.5 years ago, I went out. And it's funny because I went diamond in a really crazy time, right, with all of this going on in the world. And I joined in a really crazy time. We had Hurricane Irma, and I live in Florida, and we were out of power for 8 days. I was nursing my baby. I have a son that is anaphylactic to everything, and I have to make every single piece of food that goes in his body. It's very stressful. Okay. So for power to go out, we can't just go to a restaurant, he can't even step in a restaurant. It was very, very stressful. And I went gold. We didn't have gold back then in 30 days, but I went fast start gold in the middle of all that craziness. And how did that happen? It's just because I was excited and decided to show up every day. And so even if you feel like things are out of balance, there's never been a better time, never been a better time. But this is what happened. This is my point. I added, you guys, 20 people personally. Then the next month I added 20 people personally. And then the next month I added 20 people personally. And I found myself in December and I wasn't gold. And I was like, what's happening? I've added 60 people. I had to learn all about how to follow up. I had to learn about retention and customer service, right? And I had to learn about duplication. And I decided to be a student. I never will forget talking to 2 of my diamond uplines, and I did finally pull out gold with 60 people. And I'm like, how am I ever going to get to emerald? Gosh, that was really hard. And they said, Marianne, you got to figure out duplication. You got to figure it out. It can't just be you. You can't just be the only one adding. You're going to get stuck. And so I decided I was going to be a student. And from December to May, I went emerald. And it was all because I decided to figure out this duplication. And so I feel like it can be really simple. And last month, y'all, this was like our jam. This was our jam. Okay. So when you are talking to somebody about the products, that's when duplication starts. I send everybody the Triplex video and I say to them, first of all, what did you relate to, right? We all say that. What did you relate to? But then I say, hey, listen, Krista, who came to mind in your life as you were listening to that video that you think could benefit from Plexus? And then you got to be quiet. And she's going to say, well, my husband drinks too much Dr. Pepper. Well, my mom, she's going to start listing names. And I'm going to write those down because every single conversation that I have with her, I'm going to bring that up in some form or fashion. And y'all, we added over 700 new people last month, not all because they wanted to business build, but because people came in and they wanted to immediately get that $300 stimulus bonus and help their husband and their mom and their sister get healthy. And we decided we were going to bring people in threes. And then as soon as we got them 3, we went and helped them get another 3, right? So I think sometimes the confused mind shuts down. And so I didn't just come out there and be like, hey, you can go and you can add, 6 people, you can make this much money this month, and you can go silver and super silver and all of that. People, especially I feel like right now, are kind of on overwhelm, right? And so you've got to meet people where they are. You've got to slow it down, do it right, and really read people, right? So I ask who in their life. Now, sometimes the conversation goes beyond that and they're like, yeah, gosh, we need to get my husband on this, right? And sometimes, I can tell they're reluctant to even tell me those. So you really need to read that. I recommend you have this conversation on the phone, on Zoom if you can, so you can read their expression, or at least on voice messenger, right? And I'll say to them, gosh, Krista, well, listen, if you decide this is for you, we can absolutely get your husband on these products. He can be a power partner with you. Absolutely, right? So I plant that seed. Then as she's signing up, I say to her, Krista, it's going to ask you for a business website. And all you have to do is put your first and last name in there, no spaces. And hey, that's your referral link. Remember we were talking about how your sister has some weight loss goals? As soon as you're done ordering, you're going to get this link and you can share it with her and you'll get $40 just, or what is it now this month, whatever it is, right? Just for referring her. So that's what that is. So I'm planting that seed again. You see what I'm saying? I keep planting the seed. So as soon as she hits submit, y'all, she will never be more excited than when she is in that moment until she starts seeing results. So you need to capitalize on that. For her, not because we're trying to like trick people or anything like that, because we want to help her see the biggest results that she can possibly see. So as soon as they hit click, submit, and they are in, right? Because I walk people through, then I don't add them to the team page yet. I don't send them a getting started guide yet. None of that. I immediately say, okay, Krista, listen, we got to reach out to your sister. What's the best way to do that? You want to call her on the phone, like, do you want to Zoom real quick? We can Zoom real quick. I want her to be a power partner with you. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be real honest with you, Krista. You cannot take these products in secret and see the same results as having a power partner is going to give you. Those results are going to be totally different. And I have helped so many men and women through this process. And I will tell you, the ones that have a power partner see incredible results versus the ones that don't. I say it just like that. You need to practice that in the shower, right? I kind of lower my voice. I say, I'm going to be completely honest with you, right? And they're like, oh, I'm like, yeah, so we need to talk to your sister. Right? It's not even about the money, you guys. It's not about going silver. It's about getting them that power partner and getting them skin in the game, right? They're going to stick with it. Okay. All right. So figure it out. How are you going to talk to that sister? If it's a husband, that's great. I'm like, go get your husband's info. Let's get him on this. Easier to ask forgiveness than permission, right? Let's go get him in. And then once you get the first one, it's so easy. Because sometimes if you're like, oh, go get 3 people, you can make $300. They're like, no, I don't want to do this for that. Nope, I'm just buying the product, right? I mean, the ones that are doing it for the business, that's easy. I'm not talking about those. That's super easy. I'm talking about all those other people that join as happy wholesalers, right? That say, I don't want to work the business. How the heck do you get them silver? Well, this is how you do it. Okay. So in fact, I'm thinking of a very specific person last month. And she got her husband on the products. And then I said to her, Ruth, oh my gosh. So you just got this amount of money for referring your husband. Remember how we were talking about your sister and your mom? Well, if you refer them too, you're going to get a total of $325. She was like, what? I'm like, I know, right? So I helped her reach out to both of those people. She went silver. She has no intention of doing the business. She's happy as a clam and she went silver. You see what I'm saying? So that, you guys, is how I bring people in threes. And then once they go silver, then you can talk to them. I mean, it usually opens the door and they're either going to keep going or they're not. And we had so many people then that went for 6. And then they got to 6 and I was like, hey, if you add 4 more, this is how much more you're going to get. You see what I'm saying? So don't overwhelm people. Just show them the next rung on the ladder in front of them. And what you want to do, you guys, is you want to figure out, like, let's say you have 5 people on your team right now and you really want to go super silver, right? You need 5 more people, okay? So you're going to write 1 through 5 or 1 through 10. You're going to write the names of those 5 people that you have. And then the other 5, you could definitely add 2 more yourself. And the other 3 should come from those 5 adding somebody in their life to get healthy. That's how you do it. Okay. And chances are you can probably go gold. If you have 5 right now, I would tell you just to go for gold. You see what I'm saying? Because if you can just get these people to get even 1, 2, 3 people in their life, it's going to happen. Okay. And so y'all, that is where the momentum comes, because guess what happens when that happy wholesaler adds those 3 people? There is a really good chance that one of those people is gonna want to work the business. And it's monkey see, monkey do. So then they're gonna go and they're gonna add 3 people and they're gonna add 3 people. And that's how that girl, Kayla, that is how she went gold in 5 days, because she followed this super, super simple system. Okay. So I hope that helps you guys. And then once you get them to share, once you get on the phone with their mom, then of course you're going to add them to the team page and make sure they have their getting started guide and all of that. But they will never be more excited in that moment that they joined than when they see results. And that might be 2 weeks. That might be 3 weeks. See what I'm saying? And we can't wait for that. We got to do it right now while they're excited, right? And capitalize on it. So y'all, that is really everything that I had to share with you guys. Some of you might be listening to this and you're like, Marianne, yes, I hear you, but you don't know my situation and you don't know what I'm dealing with. And, I realize that everybody has hard, right? We all have hard. I get that. But sometimes you got to choose your hard. And for me, I decided that I was going to lean into my business. And when everybody else was hanging out on, the news or, Netflix or whatever, I decided that I was going to lean in, because while it seemed easier to binge watch Netflix and it seemed harder, right, to discipline myself to do what I needed to do, the hard of not reaching my goal for my family was not worth it to me, right? And so in the next 3 weeks, I want you to come up with a new why. Everybody's got a why, right? We all have a why, but you need a very specific why in the next 3 weeks. What is it? Why do you want to lean in? Why do you want to go for silver? Why do you want to go for gold? Why do you want to go for emerald? What is it? You got to come up with a new one. Sit down with your family. And, I did this very same thing. And I'm like, listen, mama's going to go for diamond. That means that you're going to big girls, my teenagers, hey, you need to make some lunch for the little kids, right? I need you guys to step it up. But this is why we're going to do it. This is why mommy's going to lean in. And, it was so good, and it's so good for your kids to see you run for something. It's so good for them, y'all. So much is caught rather than taught. And I wanted to be the mom that even if I failed, they saw me running, right? They saw me just throwing my heart over the line and reaching for something that was scary. Because if your goal doesn't want to make you throw up a little bit, it's not big enough. It's not big enough. It's not big enough. You've got to want to throw up a little bit when you say, Krista, I'm going for whatever that might be, right? So I am so excited for you guys. I think my kids are losing it on the other side of the door. So I'm going to let you go, but I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see this diamond announcement. And I can't wait to see all of the rank ups that are going to come. Y'all are going to blow it out. You are going to break belief barriers and you're going to make a difference. You are going to make a difference for so many people. Your audience, your circle needs you to show up right now. There are people that need you to show up. So I love you guys. Krista, love you, friend. I'm so excited for you. You guys have the best day, and I can't wait to see your announcement. Bye.